Hello, Fracamacio. Today we're going to be talking about a wonderful fragrance from the house of Areej Le Dore. We're going to be talking about Koh I Noor. I did get the sample set right when it was available on their site, and then I tested all four. Out of the four, the standout for me was hands down Koh I Noor. Rich, complex, a twist on a shipper-like genre, and then it was the most unique and impactful out of the four for me, at least. And then the name is very fitting. Before I move into the review, though, after I bought the sample pack from the Areej Le Dore site, couple of weeks, I would say about a month in, I did receive another sample set from Lucky Scent. I'm sure they're probably doing some type of kind of giveaway during the holidays, maybe. I'm not sure why I got sent this, but thank you, Lucky Scent. So since I'm not going to be using this, I want to just do a giveaway. So if you've not tried the fourth collection yet, just comment below and let me know that you're interested in the giveaway. If you end up commenting but you're not interested, just let me know that you're not interested in the giveaway. Now onto the fragrance. This one is amazing. This is unique, but it's gonna remind you of parts of other fragrances, but this one has its own twist here. Just a wonderful fragrance. Now the main constant here is the type of musk that is used here. It's gonna be a central, non-animalic, fluffy, slightly sweet musk. The sweetness is coming from the resins that are lasting as long as the musk throughout the wearing of the fragrance, coming from the resins and then the tonka bean here. So your main constant overall, very enveloping central, is going to be the beautiful non-animalic musk. So in terms of reference, it's not going to be as animalic as Siberian musk at all. It's not going to be even close. It's going to be really approachable. The type of musk did remind me a little bit of what I got out of Fleur de Fleur from the third collection, whereas really enveloping, central, fluffy with a little bit of sweetness attached to it. I'm talking about the musky element here, so it's going to be something musky along the lines of what you get out of Fleur de Fleur, just the musky part of it. So it's not going to be a challenging musk. So that's going to be the main constant throughout the wearing of the fragrance. Throughout the wearing, though, you get, or at least on my skin, I get 3 different scent profile as it evolves. So the first one, for the first hour and a half, what I get is pretty much a beautiful floral bouquet that is led by a green, narcotic, pungent, white floral accord. That is coming from the gardenia, tuberose, and then the jasmine in the background. The opening is like a soft but awakening little smack on the head because it's pungent and it just awakens your senses. It's kind of unexpected, if that makes any sense. So you get this beautiful floral bouquet in the opening, the first scent profile, that is made of a pungent, narcotic, slightly green gardenia, tuberose, and then the jasmine in the background. So lurking in the background, though, and transitioning to the second profile set of notes is a beautiful creamy sandalwood. You have the champaca that is showing up, and then the ylang ylang that is adding this richness to the creamy sandalwood. Along with that, you get a little bit of sweetness too that is coming from the tonka. That's the second set, or the second profile after the first hour and a half. At that point, the green narcotic, pungent facets of the gardenia, tuberose, are kind of dying down, and then that floral bouquet more so showcases the ylang ylang, the champaca, the creamy sandalwood, and then barely scratching the surface is a oud. You get more of a texture, if that makes any sense, a balsamic texture. You know that is there, but it's not the main player. It's backing the creamy sandalwood and then the floral, the champaca, and the ylang ylang. And then after that you're gonna get that for a long time. That beautiful creamy sandalwood and then the rich florals are gonna be there for a long time, about 4 to 5 hours. And then after that, the third scent profile is gonna be most likely in addition to the second scent profile. So adding to that creamy sandalwood and then the champaca and then the ylang ylang is gonna be crude amber. So what it does here, and I do have the material here, if you smell it at 100%, it has really smoky, incensey almost facets. Here though, I'm only getting the incensey facet, so I'm guessing he put a little bit there, just enough to impart that slightly incensey feel to it without giving that smoky facet, and it's beautiful here. It darkens a little bit the creamy sandalwood, adds texture and a little bit of darkness to that, if that makes any sense, and then along with the musky tone there. Those are the three main scent profiles that I get out of this fragrance, and then the main constant being that beautiful fluffy musk with a slightly sweet tones coming from the resin and the tonka bean. So first, bouquet, beautiful, narcotic, pungent green white florals. Then it transitions to the narcotic green pungent facets toning down, and then showcasing the champaca and then the ylang ylang, the creamy sandalwood. And after that, you get the addition of a modifier of the crude amber that adds a little bit of incensey feel to it, along with the musk overall. Amazing fragrance, transitions beautifully. Now, in terms of reference, I've heard people mention that it did remind them of Diaghilev. I kind of see that. I wouldn't say it's a replacement. The commonality here is maybe the type of musk that is used, but I think they're different because you get the fluffy musk in Koh I Noor, whereas in Diaghilev is mostly dry, and it dries a little bit more animalic than what you get in Koh I Noor. And in Koh I Noor, you also get those beautiful floral accords that are really there, easy to pick up. I'm not getting much of that in Diaghilev, but I kind of see what people mean by, oh, it reminded them of Diaghilev, but I will not say that is a replacement there. Now, in terms of genre, shipper-like character, who can enjoy this? If you enjoy things like Mitsuko, one of the things when I was testing this that came to mind was Mitsuko here, either the extract or the eau de toilette. They do have the same genre, and then I think if you like those type of fragrances, you might enjoy actually Koh I Noor here. Although Koh I Noor, I find the notes much more defined. The floral bouquet and then transition to the creamy sandalwoods when it shows up, then champaca, and then down the line the modifier coming from the crude amber there. So if you like what Mitsuko does, the vintage classic feel to it, a shipple floral accord, middle type of unisex type of fragrance, then I think you're really gonna enjoy Koh I Noor. Now, when I was testing this, I did ask a couple of people. The main thing that kept coming back and back was the opening, the green pungent narcotic opening, and then every time I sprayed it and somebody was in another room, when they came to me, the first thing, or from afar, the first thing that they shouted was, oh, are you burning incense? At first, it kind of puzzled me because up close when I was testing it on my wrist here and then my chest here, I was getting more of the nuances from the white florals, called the bouquet, transitioning to the champaca. But I wouldn't have said that it reminded me of incense. But other people that have smelled it after I sprayed it immediately, and even down the line, especially during the dry down, did ask me or tell me that they smelled incense. I think it's a combination of the crude amber and then the champaca and the sandalwood being associated with burning some of the quality incense here. It's just a trigger or memory that is making them associate that with Koh I Noor, like smelling like incense. But the thing is, the same person did mention that they got more of the floral nuances when we're in the car together, a closer space. So keep that in mind. Seasonality, fall, winter. If you take it down a notch when you're spraying, you can definitely wear it during summer as well, but I think it's a fantastic fragrance. It's not that overpowering. Now, I did mention that if you like things like classics like Mitsuko by Guerlain, you're going to enjoy this one, but bear in mind that if you don't like the type of narcotic, green, pungent accords that you get from the opening, from the gardenia and the tuberose, this one might be a gatekeeper for you. But then if you wait a little bit longer, you're gonna be amazed by the creamy sandalwood and the other notes that are coming throughout the fragrance. In terms of performance, especially with the three main scent profiles that I get as it evolves throughout the wearing the fragrance on my skin, well about 10 hours, great performer there. In terms of projection, I get a good projection for the first 2 hours. After that, I think I get kind of nose fatigued because at the end of the day, a couple of times when I wore it, I got reminded at the end of the day that I smell like incense. That proves to me that if somebody can smell it at the end of the day, that is still projecting at that point in time. So I'm going to go ahead and assume that in terms of projection, at least, is doing a good job as well. Now, if you've tried Koh I Noor or the fourth collection from Areej Le Dore, let me know what your thoughts are compared to what he has released before. Do you think it's an improvement? Do you have really good favorites here? Do you have fragrances in the fourth collection that have dethroned some of the previous releases? Let me know down in the comment section below. Again, thank you for watching. Please comment, rate, and subscribe, and then take care.